I'm Tabea Khadebe from Financial Made Business Day. I'm here at the PwC Construction Outlook. Okay. What is the most significant numbers in the PwC Construction Outlook?
I suppose we're quite pleased to see revenue picking up and the net margin increasing for the first time in 5 years. It's still a very low 2% on the net profit line and 3% on a operating profit line. Reality though is that that number still needs to grow. We suppose that the difference between the experience by companies and government is probably contracts that's not coming off the ground, whereas the existing ones are probably overspending a little bit. The other surprise is the employee share of the value added. Employees got more than 80% of the value added by the construction industry. Government expenditure continues to be spent. The growth, though, is looking promising, and that's bound to continue for years to come. Not only in our country, but also on the rest of the continent.
Can you tell us about risk in the construction industry?
Project risk is, I think, a culmination of a number of other subsidiary risks. What we see as emerging risks are, as our companies move into new territories with Africa expansion, there's a number of risks associated with the territories in which they're targeting, which they need to consider on a proactive basis. I think what also needs to be done is that there are triggers that will indicate when projects are going off course, and these are not often identified on a timely basis, which results in project delays and cost overruns, and these need to be proactively addressed. The success factor here is dealing with risk on a proactive as opposed to a reactive basis. I think what we've seen in the past is that the industry has had to react to a number of issues arising, both internal and external factors in the industry, and through a robust process of risk identification, and this is specifically not only at a strategic level but more at a project level. If these are identified upfront, they can be considered, and a risk response or risk strategy can be formulated on a proactive basis.
We use public available information sources, mainly the top 10 listed companies on the JSE in the construction sector, and Stats SA information that provides fairly useful information on the construction industry, although that's outdated to some extent.